You've tuned into The Mountain Gardener with your host, Ken Lain. Gardening, it can be challenging, but with these simple insider tips, you'll reap huge rewards. Now, let's tune into today's Mountain Gardener with Ken and Lisa. So I started the show before Lisa came on with what I'm doing to fertilize and increase new growth, to shape things up, fertilize them, and stressed out plants, we gave them some humic. Okay, that's good. So I've done that. I've done that entire thing. It's done for the summer season. I won't do that again until Halloween, until the fall season. That's the most important feeding of the entire year. Fall is you do the same thing. But for now, in addition, though, because things are blooming so much right now, I mean, some of them are just almost, I mean, they're throwing flowers off and putting new flowers on. There's just this rotation. This is the growing season. So in addition to it's kind of we're going deeper into plant foods or plant nutrients now. Here, course a lesson, gardening fertilizers 301 is where we're at. In addition to my blooming plants, I'll give them a handful of super phosphate. Now, a quick lesson: nitrogen, phosphorus, potash. That first number, nitrogen, that causes green growth. So if you've got a privacy screen, you want them thick and full, nitrogen. The middle number, phosphorus, forms roots and blooms. So if you want more roots, you want more blooms, you want more fruit, give it that middle number. So superphosphate is 0, 18, 0. It's completely 100% phosphate. So phosphorus. So if you want more flowers on those roses, Russian sage, on my summer blooming jasmines, on my perennial flowers, on my anything you want more flowers on. I like my autumn sages. They're so spectacular right now, and they're just getting started. It takes a lot of energy to force that kind of flower rotation on those. If you don't give it some more phosphorus, they can use up all the phosphorus in the ground, and they can be left wanting. And so they stop blooming. They're just nice green plants, but they don't flower. Well, the reason I put a flowering plant in is for the blooms. And it's offensive if you stop blooming. You're at risk of being ripped out of my yard if you don't bloom. And so I kind of cheat. I kind of coach them. I kind of guide them to bloom more. And superphosphate. Now, here's the problem. You research that online, and so many gardeners trying to make this stuff complicated. This is not hard. This is super easy. I'm putting a regular plant food on because I want a balanced food. Steak and potatoes. That's that 744 all-purpose plant food. That's the main thing I do. With my flowering things, I also give them, in addition, a handful of superphosphate. And so other gardeners tell you, you got to work it in the ground. It doesn't activate unless you dig it in. You got to pre-soak. I'm going, no, you don't have to do any of that. Just put it on the ground. It will go through the rocks. It will become available. We're looking for long-term solutions, not instantaneous fixes. Hopefully, you're consistent with this stuff. You're doing it regularly. You're not just reacting. Oh my gosh, my lilacs haven't bloomed in several years. What's going on? My butterfly bush stopped blooming completely. Oh my gosh, my rose of Sharon didn't have any flowers or they're too small. Those are all phosphorus issues. If you can't put it on now to force flowers you have to put it on the season before. So you're trying to get things before the flowers bloom. You're putting on superphosphate. Okay, sorry, went on my soapbox a little bit. I help so many gardeners react to their landscape. When a true gardener is coaching their plants into behaving the way they want. These are wild plants. We're just training them to be more groomed and look good in the yard. And so it takes a little bit of garden expertise to do that. And that's kind of, for those blooming things, that's a garden tip I can give you that's a game changer. So anything that's blooming now or in the fall, I put the food on, the 744 all-purpose food, and then I also put the superphosphate. It's like candy. It's like plant candy. Just give them some superphosphate. They're going, oh, that's good. Oh my God, I feel good about that. They start rooting out more and they start blooming more. Truly a game changer. Most folks don't know what superphosphate is. The other one that's like that, you organic gardeners love bone meal. 0, 10, 0. So it's bone meal is good. It's ground up chicken bones, basically. The problem with bone is if you want it to activate like now, available to the plant now, it's a bone. It just takes a while it takes a long time for it to break down. You literally have to put bone meal on now to be available for next year, whereas superphosphate is available now. As soon as water hits it, a little phosphorus is released. When you irrigate, a little bit more. When you get rain, a little bit more. And so it just becomes available to the plant much faster, especially things in the yard, the big plants that bloom, the great big smoke bushes, you've got great big century plants or agaves. You want more red yuccas coming out. Fertilize those things with superphosphate and you'll get even more flower. Bone meal is more for, I'm planting a tomato, put some bone underneath it, the roots go through it, pick it up. So you're doing it in the ground or a season ahead. Okay, I went way too deep on this file. Sorry about that, folks. Usually we don't go that deep on something boring like fertilizers.
Water's Garden companion plants for July are hibiscus, purple verbena, crepe myrtle, and sensation maples.
Sensation maples grow fast. The spring leaves erupt with soft reds that quickly mature to a refreshing green for summer-long shade.
Autumn, it unleashes a brilliant display of red leaves.
Where this maple really shines is in the areas with challenging garden soils.
The picture-perfect tree to line driveways or shade a patio.
You'll only find Sensation maples here at Waters Garden Center in Prescott.
For a more fruitful garden, increased success in the landscape that just feels better, then tune in daily to the Mountain Gardener podcast. Subscribe through your favorite podcast streamer or visit watersgardencenter.com. Better yet, visit me directly right here at Waters Garden Center. Thanks for tuning in.